Hello, good morning, students. I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we can start now. Uh, Today is our lecture number fifth, and we are going to start a new topic. Can you name the topic? Anybody knows which topics we are going to start today?
Management.
Management, perfectly. We done with the part one of unit one. Now, management. We have a very little portion of management, but you believe it or not, people used to learn management for their entire life. There are a number of specialization under management. There is a special courses under management. But still, what we will do, we will try to understand as much as possible about the management. Maybe we will try to finish in this lecture, or it may be possible we will extend it to the next lecture. But this particular topic is very, very important for each and every engineer to understand that what exactly management means. When we talk about management, first of all, what we will try to do, we will try to understand the term, this management. Now, management has been used in different sense. Now, in our day-to-day life, we use this word because we need to manage. There is very difficult to manage the thing. So it is nothing but we are talking directly about the indirectly about or directly about the management. So how we refer it, that is more important. So we refer it as a process of planning, maybe organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, and controlling. Okay. When we are talking about these terms are very, very important to understand for each and every engineer, because you go anywhere, you are indulged in any process, you need to tackle these terms like how you are going to organize, how we are going to plan, how we are going to manage people. It's nothing but a staffing. How we are going to direct ourselves or maybe other people. How we are going to coordinate the resources or maybe men, whatever it may be, and how we are going to control. Okay, these are very simple terms to understand, but at the same time, we need to concentrate or we need to try to elaborate all these things from a management point of view. That is our basic aim. So what we'll do before we start on this management subject, we will initially go through the history of management, the people, those the philosopher or the people those have developed this management techniques. Okay, so ultimately what we can say that management described as the function of managing people, but it's not only subjected to people, it is the extension of that. We can say that again, management can be defined as all the activities and tasks were undertaken. First of all, the activity and tasks. Okay, activities is different and tasks are different. Then the purpose of achieving an objective or goal by continuous activities like planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So one thing is very clear that planning, organizing, directing, and controlling is not a one-time activity. It's a continuous activity within the organization. Now, this is the definition given by F.W. Taylor. Now, Frederick Winslow Taylor, he was an American mechanical engineer who was to improve the industrial efficiency. He was one of the first management consultant, okay, in this world. So what he says, management is the art of knowing what you want and do, and then seeing that it is done in the best and cheapest way. Because what he's trying to say that we first of all we should know what you want to do, and after looking at that what you want to do and try to do it in the very best way and the cheapest way. That is the basic idea by F.W. Taylor regarding the management. Now, second is Henry Fayol. He is also a very big person when it comes to the management studies. Henry Fayol was a French, he's a common coal engineer, coal mine engineer from French. He is responsible, he developed the theory of 14 principle of management that most of the management students or MBA students study in detail. Those 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol is a very substantial evidence that management can be carried out successfully if we follow those principles. So that is the idea behind that. Now, when we are talking about meaning of management, now first of all, management as a noun, what we can say that refer to a group of managers. Management as a process, we already seen that when it comes to the process, it correlates with the function. Now, what are the functions of management? First one is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Not subjected to only planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. There are a number of functions that we are going to discuss in today's lecture. Now, management as a discipline refer to the subject of matter बोल सकते हैं, subject of management बोल सकते हैं. Subject matter of management अगर बोलते हो आप, तो there are n number of management things which we need to consider that we are going to discuss today. Before that, what I will like to focus, management something is called as the it is an individual or a group of individual that accept particular responsibility to run an organization. Okay, so management plays a very important role when it comes to running any organization. They plan, they organize, they direct and control all the essential activities which is required to run the particular organization successfully. Okay. And one more very funny thing is that management does not do the work themselves because their role is to manage the thing. That's why it's the most criticized field that okay, what managers do, they do nothing. But actually, whatever is happening, it is nothing but the output or the thought process of the management. They are not responsible to do the things on their own, but how those things can get done. huh, That you need, that they need to see how we other people are going to follow, how other people are going to execute. That is the role of management. At the same time, they motivate others to do the work and coordinate. How they can coordinate? It's not about coordination between those people. He is a part of that people or being together. All the work for achieving the objective of the organization. They work together to achieve the objectives of organization. Now, before that, it is not covered in our syllabus. It is simply says that what is management, what is the role of management, uh, and scope of management and function of management. But what we will do, we will try to give some time to understand what exactly management want to say. So there are certain silent features which highlight the nature of management. So unless and until you are not going to understand the nature of management, it is very difficult for us to understand what exactly management is. If you have book and pen, you can write down the nature of management. Or, forget about that. What I will do, I will put one separate notes in which I will write beyond syllabus from unit 1. There you can see all these silent features which highlighted for nature of management. The first one is a universal process. So what is meant by the universal process? Wherever there is a human activity, there is a management. This what happened if human is there? It may be a one person or number of persons. You should have some management over there. This, if you take an example of individual, and if you are saying ki, how I'm going to manage myself, so under what territory it will come, we can call it as a self management. Okay, it is very we can define this management in n number of terms by the subject of matter. Subject of matter is something like that. If I'm talking about myself and if I want to manage myself, what I will say, it is nothing but a self management. Okay. If I am feeling very stressful, so what I will do, I will go for a stress management. Okay, if I'm not able to cope up with the time, I'm not able to do day-to-day activity in time, I'm always late everywhere. So what I will say, I need to go for a time management. Okay, so that the management word will be there. Management is nothing but planning those things in a very systematic manner. So that is called as a universal process. Because without efficient management, the objective of an individual or company cannot be achieved. That you need to understand. So this we can say that a universal process. Now other is factor of production. Factor of production is nothing but qualified and efficient manager are essential to the utilization of factor of production. Now anyone can tell me what are the factors of production which we have already studied? Gayatri? Roshan? Aishwarya? Am I audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then, yeah, factors of production कोई बोलो यार.
Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship.
Very good. कोणी सांगितलं हे?
Raw
materials.
Abhirup.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Those are nothing but a factors of production. So what we can say that the utilization of land, labor, capital in an effective way. That is nothing but the second nature of management. Third is goal oriented. So what is meant by goal oriented? If you look at our college goal, mission, visions are there, which are defined. But we need to work for them. We need to work to achieve it. We should have some plan to achieve, to reach to that goal. Okay, we everyone has its own goal. Suppose Pranav says that I want to be a successful businessman. Okay, that goal is there to become a businessman, but at the same time, his action should be like that to achieve to that goal. That is very, very important. Okay, because the most important goal for all the management activities to accomplish the objective of enterprise. ठीक है? When we are talking about individual, we can say that my goal is that. But when management, if you are working as a manager in some enterprise or in some organization, so the most important goal is to achieve that particular objective. Okay, and that goal should be realistic and attainable. What is mean by that realistic and attainable? Uh, I want to go to Everest. Okay, so it may be realistic, it may be attainable. Okay, but now again you need to think that how much willpower, how much resources, how much uh, preparation you have for that. If you are not at all in position, if you are not at all fit, physically fit, you cannot cope up with the cold weather, then it may be say that we can say that it is not attainable or it may not be realistic. But again, it is totally depend on the willpower of the individual, because as we say, nothing is impossible. But still, there are some constraints, and we need to take consideration of those constraints and try to understand. Or otherwise, you can do like this if you are very much goal oriented. Are you aware about Ramayana? ऐकलंय कधी रामायणाबद्दल? राम,
Yes.
हनुमान, लक्ष्मण असे काही लोक होते त्यात. Mythological stories
Yes, sir.
there. Yeah. So in one incident, what happened in Lanka? The brother of Ram, कोण होता तो? Lakshman. Okay. He got unconscious. So there is one medicine called as Sanjivini Booty. ठीक है, वो चाहिए थी उसको. तो फिर किसको बोला जाए? तो हनुमान इज हनुमान वॉज देयर. ठीक है, बिकॉज ही हैज समथिंग very different capabilities. Okay, and he is in position to take an appropriate decision. So Ram order him, हनुमान जाओ और संजीवनी बूटी लेके आओ, कैलाश पर्वत करके कुछ तो भी था, वहां से. हनुमान जी ही जस्ट फॉलो द ऑर्डर, वो चला गया वहां पे. वहां जाने के बाद वो देखता है यार राम जी ने ये सब तो बोल दिया पर सैंपल दिया ही नहीं. तो फिर सैंपल है ही नहीं अपने पास, तो क्या कर सकते हैं अभी? So he don't have any choice, but he come to know that the situation is alarming and it is very necessary. तो भाई साहब के पास कैपेबिलिटी थी, तो उन्होंने क्या किया, पूरा का पूरा पर्वत उठा के लेके आया. कौन सा पर्वत था भगवान जाने, पूरा पर्वत उठा के लाया और फिर बोल दिया भैया देख लो इसमें से कौन सी है करके. ओके, सो ही नोज हिज कैपेबिलिटी. नहीं तो उसने बोला वहां पे गया रहता, पहाड़ के ऊपर बैठ गया रहता, यार क्या लोग है मेरे को बताते नहीं, कुछ नहीं, सैंपल क्या लेके जाऊं मैं, ये तो सब सरी का दिख रहा, समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो दे ही मे हैव अ चॉइस टू स्टार्ट ब्लेमिंग. ओके, पर उसने वो नहीं किया. उसको पता था, उसका गोल क्लियर था कि मुझे संजीवनी बूटी पहुंचानी है. ठीक है, तो उसने क्या किया, पूरा का पूरा पहाड़ उठाया. सो व्हाट वी कैन से दैट हनुमान इज अ वेरी गुड मैनेजर. That he knows how to achieve his goal, he knows about his objective, he can plan accordingly by understanding his capability, he organized very nicely and he reached over there within time. और उसी से आउटपुट क्या मिला, लक्ष्मण की जान बच गई. ठीक है, so that is called as something goal oriented programming map in the manager's mind. Okay, but everything should be a very purposeful. That is also important. Now, next nature of management, we can say that supreme in thoughts and action. Means as we discuss Ramayana's example, he should be supreme in his thoughts and action, because here the thoughts and actions of Hanumana is really supreme. Okay, they realized the objective, and what they did is a mastermind action of all parts to accomplish them. For this, he may require a full support from all the management. Okay, this, from our point of view, if we say he got the full support from Sugvira, then Ram. Ram never blame. अरे ये क्या किया, पूरा पहाड़ उठा के लेके आया. ठीक है. So that support should be there. So from a management point of view, what we can say that they required a full support from middle management and lower management. Okay, because there are levels of management, and we are going to learn different types of different levels of management in organizational structure. So that support is very, very important. After that, next nature might be a group activity. Now, what is group activity? All human and physical resources should be efficiently coordinated to attain the maximum level of combined productivity. Okay. Now, right now, if you are conducting a lecture, now if you observe carefully, this is my individual or personal management failure that I'm not able to start the lecture at 11:15 just because of some of the constraint. I have a choice that okay, the constraint is like that. There are 4 laptops are running at a time. That there is a speed problem, network problem. Those problems are there, but we need to coordinate in a very systematic way to get things done, because now it's a total lockdown. It is next to impossible to go outside, so everyone needs to work from home, and there are limited resources. Okay, so excuse me, yeah, so we need to understand that what we have, what our physical resources are available. Okay, and how efficiently we can coordinate. So we chalk out one plan. Okay, the laptop, this person will use this laptop from this to this time, this to this time. We can manage this particular lecture on mobile, so we can go with the mobile. So such type of activity we started to chalk out, and we come up with some plan for that. For that, group activity is very, very important. So ultimately, on a closing line, what I can say that all human and physical resources should be efficiently coordinated to attain the maximum level of combined productivity. Okay, without coordination, no work would accomplish. Okay, or otherwise there will be a retention or chaos. So that is the idea behind the group activity. When we talk about dynamic function, now what is meant by dynamic function? The management should be equipped to face the changes in the business environment brought about the economic, social, it may be a political, it may be a COVID situation, it may be a technological, or it may be just because of the human factor. Right now, government is working, or the banks are working with their minimum human power. Okay, so less human factor is there, but still they need to prioritize their activities. See, what is important, what is urgent, that they need to understand. There are 4 categories whenever we go for work or in the time management. One is urgent, one is important, another is not important, and last one is not urgent. Okay, if you prepared one matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, there are 4 cells. If we consider that one is very urgent and very important, then you need to do that particular activity at that time only. Okay. Means if you are doing something for a whole day, suppose attending lecture or to complete the assignments, you need to wish to your friend for his birthday, all these activities you chalk out for a whole day. Now within that day, what you need to do that, you need to identify which work is important and urgent. So you will do that. Okay. The next might be it is urgent but not important. Okay. So what is the difference between it is urgent but not important? It is urgent means something like that. If I want to hand over particular file from Kothur to Deccan on the urgent basis. Okay. But that is not important to me to go directly over there. So what I can do, I can assign that work to someone else. भैया एक काम कर, ये फाइल जो है ना वहां पे पहुंचा दे, because ये अर्जेंट है. We use that word urgent. Okay. So what we can say that work is urgent and not important. But some of the works are important but not urgent. Can you give me any example of that the work is important but not urgent? Yes. Kajol. Rajesh.
Study or exercise, sir.
Yeah, study or exercise. Because why? It is important but not urgent. So what he will do? He will plan that. You can plan that activity. This is very important for me to study and to exercise. So what I will do? I will study from evening 7 to 9 and I will do the exercise in the evening from 6 to 7. Okay. Because that is important but not urgent. But if I say it's urgent and important also, so what you will do? You will start doing it immediately. But again, there is a conflict. You cannot do study and exercise at a time. So you need to understand that dynamic function or the coordination between that. That is also called as a time management. Clear about this? Clear on this? Swapnil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Next is social science, which we have already discussed. Level of sensitivity and understanding should be there between the individuals because ultimately it's about human behavior. आपण म्हणतो ना की तो फार तापट आहे. He is very strict. Plus even you use social science on a regular basis. You know that if you are attending 3-4 lectures, you know that teacher is very cool. He is not going to say anything if you come late or not. And someone is very strict, so you say, अरे चल उसका लेक्चर है बाबा, वो फिर आने नहीं देता है. हाँ, फिर बोलता है छोड़ना, अपन क्या करते जाएंगे आराम से, वो कभी भी एंट्री करने देता है. So what you are doing, you are playing with your social science. You are trying to manage at a social science level, understanding the human behavior. Okay, so that is one more parameter. Then they are the important part of society. Okay. In management language, what they used to say, the important organ of society. Because being a manager, they have their responsibility towards society. So they should also contribute towards society by organizing maybe charity functions, sports competition, some donation to NGO. You might observe that for our ET, our Bank of Baroda gives us almost 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Most of the companies sponsor. So this is nothing but the part of society. There is no as such benefit to them by doing that, but still it is the integral part of the management activity. So they need to do that. So they have something to give back to the society. Now the biggest example of this is Ratan Tata. Okay, he really worked a lot on this particular feature of management. Okay. After that, the system are related to something authority. System of authority should be well defined of command. नहीं तो कोई भी आ रहा कुछ भी बता के जा रहा, so it should not be like that. ठीक है? You should have some command hierarchy. So, Miss Principal can ask HOD, HOD can ask teacher, teacher can ask to lab assistant. So that should be a hierarchy process. If there is any problem, the principal should ask to management. It is not at all appropriate that I will directly go and contact Maloji Raja and say, sir, मेरे को lecture लेने में बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है. ठीक है? If you have any problem, you can go to the HOD. ठीक है? That system of authority you need to develop in the management. Then and only then it will work effectively. Then Next might be profession. Okay, manager need to process managerial knowledge. Okay, that process professionalism should be there because day by day the technology is changing, the philosophy is changing, the way of doing work is changing. So we need to get that managerial knowledge and train ourselves. Okay, to train ourselves is the biggest activity for any individual. Right now, if you are learning a management, if you are looking at this management topic or whatever I'm telling you from an exam point of view, then you are right. You are a manager, but not at all a good manager. Okay, if you are thinking how I can incorporate, how I can learn this management topic and I can use in my studies, in how I can utilize this when I will go for a work, then you can be a good manager. But if you are thinking this management study, how I can utilize in studies, how I can adopt in myself, how I am going to apply it in day-to-day life, and how I will utilize when I will join any organization, then you might be a very good manager. Okay, that is the difference. You need to understand. So this is all about the nature of management. So clear about what are the different types of different natures of management? अरे बोला रे.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, different
Yes, sir.
functions of, yes, very good. What are the different functions? Actually, there are a number of functions of management, but still, what we will do, we will try to understand the broader management functions. First one is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, motivating, controlling, coordination, and communication. These eight are mentioned over here, but they are differentiated in a very different manner. There are n number of ways to define all these particular functions. But where we are going to use that function, that we need to study first of all. So for that, we need to understand the scope of management. Now, what is the scope of management? It is very difficult precisely to define the scope of management. Okay, but from a subject matter of time, what we can say that planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, and controlling. All these activities are include the subject matter of management. And what are the functional areas of management that we need to see there. Now, functions of management is different. Functions of management will be common in any managerial activity, which are nothing but planning, organizing, staffing, directing, motivating, controlling, coordinating, and communicating. Okay. But functional area of management, which includes, as I discussed, personal management, self-management, stress management, financial management. Then you can say that purchasing management from an industry point of view. We can say that production management, maintenance management, transportation management, distribution management, office management, maybe development management. There are n number of functional areas. So is it clear that what are the different types of functional areas? Functional areas of management is nothing but wherever you are using that management. In office, we have certain management is called as a office management. Okay. If you are applying management to yourself, it's called as a self-management. Okay. So that is nothing but a functional areas. Now, when again coming back to the functions of management, as we have mentioned, 8 functions of management, how we need to understand those and how we can differentiate it, that we will see first. The controlling function, there is one function on number 6, a controlling. Okay, that comprise actually coordination, reporting, budgeting, all these 3 components comes under that. Okay, and other functions are nothing but major functions that we are going to use. So we will start with first function. The first function is planning. Okay, we do planning in our day-to-day activity. Without planning, we cannot survive. Okay, so what is written over here? planning is the first function performed by the manager because we need to start with the planning. The work of the manager begins with the setting of objective of organization and goals. So first of all, what he will do in planning, he will try to set the objectives and goals of the organization. Okay, in each area of the business. Means what I have to achieve, when I have to achieve, how I am going to achieve, what are the resources I will require. So that initial planning he will do. This is done through the planning. Now, basically, when we talk about planning, planning is a future oriented and determines an organizational direction. Okay, in the rational or maybe in a systematic way of making decision today. Since today I am taking one decision that will affect the future of the company. Okay, if I take decision now, you just consider yourself. You are going to take decision that I am going to study regularly from today. Okay, so what will happen? This will reflect the output of in your examination, whatever output you will get through the examination, because you have planned in a very systematic manner. This is a kind of organized foresight as well as the corrective hindsight. It involves predicting of the future as well as attempting to control all the events. Because when we are planning and when we are setting our goal, so ultimately whatever we discussed yesterday in the forecasting, what we are doing over there, we are trying to see the future in advance and what I need to do to see to make that future, whatever I have planned, become a reality. So it involves the ability to foresee the effect of current action in the longer run in the future. Getting it or not? What exactly planning means? At the same time, what we can say that planning is the continuous process. As we already discussed, whatever process is carried out under the management or the functions of management, those are the continuous processes. So process of making present entrepreneur decisions systematically and with the best possible knowledge of the future of the organization. Okay. And what we can say, the effective planning programs incorporates the effect of both external as well as the internal factor. So what is meant by external factor and what is meant by internal factor? Because whenever you are doing something, if suppose you have planned to study in the evening, okay, so internal factor will be where you are going to sit, okay, which book you have, how you are going to read that book, that will be the internal factor, that which you can control, where to sit, which book to refer, and how much time I need to put into studies. But suddenly what happened? लाइन चला गया 8 बजे, तो क्या होगा? There is no inverter. Suppose there is no inverter, so you may not be able to study at that time. Your internal factors are intact, but electricity is not in your purview. It's an external factor. So we need to balance those internal factor and external factor. So we know that there might be possibility कि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जा सकता है. तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अगर जा सकता है तो आई नीड अ इन्वर्टर बैक. So it is nothing but addressing the external factor, okay, which may cause some problem in the future. So what we can say that external factors are shortages of resources, suppose maybe capital or material. If you are manufacturing something and you don't have material, right now most of the manufacturing companies are facing some problem because whatever export or import is going on before COVID is totally stopped. So we don't have raw material. So that is the external factor. Okay. So that is going to impact. That we need to understand. So, and when we talk about internal factor, it is nothing but it is totally in our purview. Okay. This how I am going to utilize my workforce. Okay. How I am going to prepare my organizational structure. I want that organizational structure very dynamic or fixed in nature. that way I will go for centralized activity, or I will go for a decentralization that I need to study. So all these things are going to play very important role under planning. Now I think we have only 10 minutes. So what we will do, we will discuss next point is nothing but organizing, and we will stop today. Okay. Now when we talk about organizing, organizing is the activity once the plan is in place. You have planned each and everything, then you can go for organizing the things. It may be a human being or maybe a resources which you have in your hand. It is nothing but to assign the work, uh, giving authority to other people, and understand or talk out the what are the important elements of the organization. Those are basically nothing but to assign the work and granting the authority. Because if you don't have authority, it is very difficult for you to work under that scenario. So you need to organize each and everything. Suppose what I will say, uh, I have one machine. Uh, Two people will work on this machine. Another two people will work on that machine. So that machine is assigned to them. Okay, by 24 by 7. You are going to sit here. You are going to sit there. You need laptop, printer, everything to work. So I will provide you that. So these are nothing but organizing the human being and the resources. If you look at in the broader sense of organizing, Mr. Henry Fayol says that to organize a business, I think he says that to organize the business, it is provided to everything useful or is functioning. It may be a raw material, it may be a capital, it may be a human source, or it may be a tool. Okay? To organize the business is to provide it with everything useful. Because if I'm saying you that tomorrow you have an exam, okay, the exam will be on part A of unit 1. Okay, you are listening to the lecture, and I know that while listening to the lecture, how much you are concentrating, I'm not at all sure about that. Okay, I'm just assuming that you are listening. Everything is on assumption, and it hardly bothers me, because if you are listening, then you are a good manager. If you are trying to get out of it some knowledge out of it, then you are a very good manager. But if you still have a choice. You have a headphone, you are listening to it, and you are going for a multitasking. Somebody might be playing Ludo right now. Okay, so I cannot control that, and I don't need to think about that. But my basic aim is to provide all the lecture notes, all the unit notes, what are the to take poll on daily basis, so the fundamentals will get more clear. Okay, the revision will occur automatically. So these are the activities I am trying to carry out. But the external factor is not in my control right now. Okay. So how I'm going to cope up with that? For that, the coordination will play a very important role, which is another function of the organization. Okay. So that what Henry Fayol want to say, that whenever you are organizing, when you are planning, when you are managing something, try to provide each and everything required or useful for the perfect functioning of that activity. Okay. Even if we have a lecture, there might be problem. There are some external factors. Some people are facing the network problem. So what we can do, we can record these lectures, we can upload it on the YouTube and provide them a link. Yes, there are alternatives. You should be ready with the alternatives, being a good manager. But what will be the output? Sometimes that output is rely on the external factor. Okay. And here right now, you people are nothing but the external factor of that. So coming back to the organizing, organizing requires a formal structure of authority. That is very, very important. And the direction and flow of such authority through which work subdivided and defined, arranged or coordinated, so that each part will relate to the other part. Now take a very simple example. Mr. Patil called me yesterday and he told me that, sir, your plan lecture is not visible to the student. Okay. Now, how you maintain the hierarchy? It's really beautiful that you talk to him because he's a CR, okay? And then he communicated with me. That is called as maintaining the hierarchy. Okay. So otherwise, most of the people will start. Sir, वो lecture ही plan नहीं है, वो दिख ही नहीं रहा वहाँ पे क्या करना? So it is nothing but creating a chaos. Okay. When he discussed with me, I cancelled that lecture, which was visible to me, but may not be visible to you people due to some problem. And I created another link. And you directly joined the lecture and lecture started on time. Okay. So that organizing skill should be there. That you need to understand very wisely. Right now, these functions of organizing may be involved or determination of activities that need to be done in order to reach the company goals. Maybe assigning this activity to the proper person. That is also very, very important. If suppose you people have one CR, it is not at all necessary that all the activity should be carried out by that individual. Okay. You can approach him or tell him that you are doing this particular thing. Again, as a matter of subject, what you can do, Mr. CR, are you there? Patil? हा स्वतःच गायब नसतो का? कौस्तुभ आहे का?
Yes, sir.
अरे बापरे, झोपला होता का?
नाही sir.
What you can do, you can assign each subject to each student. That whatever related to this subject, you should contact to teacher and get things done. Because sometimes it is very difficult at your level to cope up with each and everything because you need to be in contact with HOD, you need to be in contact with HR, apna GFM. Okay. At the same time, you need to be contact with all the faculty members and whatever problems are coming, somebody asking something, somebody is asking you feedback, why the students are doing not doing that or this. So such type of things or activity you come across. So what you can do, you will assign 5 students. They are willing to work on their own, and what you can say them, whatever difficulty related to suppose ITM, you will handle, and you just inform me that okay, this person will be responsible if anything related to the academics, sir. You can convey your message to this particular student, so he will take a follow up and he will try to see that the things will get done at a right time in a right manner. Agree on this or not? So try start following such type of activity that will help you because you are right now in already in a managerial role, but how effectively you are going to do that? How you are maintaining the relation with all the students, all the faculty members, that you need to see. So this is nothing but the some of the works are important, but not urgent. Or some of the works are urgent but important. So those work are urgent and not important. You can assign to those people because you have identified the person for that particular activity in the advance. Okay. So while learning this management skills, how you adopt those managerial skills within you, that is more important. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot. Okay. There are other organizing concerns related to the related to organizing anything is called as identify the task first, as I told you, and then perform and grouping them wherever necessary. You can group them. Then assign this task to the person or individual student while defining and define them with the authority and their responsibility. Okay, that you can do. Patil, I am telling you, okay, delegating this authority, that is more important. Establishing a relation between authority and responsibility, which communication is there, and at the same time take a review and coordinate these activities on daily basis. These are the important parameters of organizing. So we have discussed only 2 functions of the management. In the next lecture or in tomorrow's lecture, we will discuss remaining functions of the organization, and this part, this management topic will end by tomorrow, then we are in position to start the next topic. If you have any doubts now, you can please ask me. Any doubts, students?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
हुशार मुलांचं एक बरं असतं, त्यांना डाऊट नसतं. I know one thing. There is more study, more confusion. Less study, less confusion. No study, no confusion. That I understand. But I will advise you go through the notes. If you come across any terminology which is you are not able to understand, start asking that. Okay, whenever it is possible. Or you can even write down in a chat also. It is not at all compulsory that you should ask in a class. Okay, thank you. I declare that lecture is over. Just a minute, don't left. I have to take attendance. Just 1 minute. I just need, yeah. Let me download the attendance. Okay, done.
Sir, only 33 students are there.
I can see 70. Yes, actually, I'm lagging or what. Okay, let's see. But I assume that most of the whole class was there today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
73 students.
73 students. Great. And what is the strength of this class?
72 plus 5 something.
Okay, great. No problem. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for information.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.